The court of law is pretty much exactly what it sounds like it is. It is the court or the tribunal in which civil issues and issues of crime, any sort of legal issue, is taken care of and is presided over inside that courtroom by a judge or judges. The law of the court, however, is completely different. It's very simple. Judge rules, judge has final judgment. And that final judgment comes down in so many different ways. Judge can have the ball in their hands at the end of the game, and with that release of the ball from their fingers, they are deciding the fate of one franchise over another, in some cases boosting one up and destroying another one and changing everything that they do. Judges can also take over one quarter that can completely decide how the game ends by their takeover performance, whether they just drop 20 points or just have a defensive shutdown game. And then there are judges that are just so unstoppable, so much firepower, so much scoring, 30 points in the quarter, 50 points in the game, that they completely change the way that the league runs. I know a few guys at the high school level who can do it, but no one near the level that Chase can. And I've only ever seen glimpses of it playing against him, but watching him, it's a whole different thing. I remember I had a night off and Chase's parents and I went to go watch him play against Ross Prep, and he just looked unconscious. It was the best game that he had all year. There are highlights of it all over the internet. He dropped 57 against Ross Prep. 3-pointers, getting to the basket, easy dunks, contact layups, it didn't matter. There was just no stopping him that night. And he just pretty much decided from the second tip-off happened that you're holding the L, and I'm getting my way. I'm getting everything that I want. I still remember it didn't matter who was defending him. Just one crossover left, step back right, 3-pointer, easy. He just looked so confident. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. Easy floaters to the basket. And then the one thing that sealed it all, through 3 defenders, scoop layup, and one. It was insane. One of the craziest performances I've ever seen. Even though I joined this tournament to prove, I could hang with these guys, to show my ability and what I was able to do, there was always that thought in the back of my head of, I'm playing with Chase. Am I going to see one of those games? But I knew I had to focus on what was ahead of us. A rematch against Big Game. Closing out a lot better on defense, switching properly, and making sure defensively we're a lot tighter. First possession showed it. Did a good job on a switch there on the pick and roll, closed out on the 3-point shooter, and denied the bucket, but we ended up fouling. Nonetheless, though, defensively, good closeout there by Akeem Burgess. Out on the break, out on the wing, Chase Jarrett, easy 3, and we're off to the races already, 3-0. Next possession, we keep up the defensive intensity as Wyatt Jeffries goes ahead and tries to score on Akeem Burgess, but Akeem just stays with him the entire time, remembering how tough it was to stay with him. We played a lot better on the interior. But then the next possession, Wyatt just stays at it, keeps backing down low, little hook shot once he gets right at the rim, easy 2 points for them. They're only down 3 now. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, kind of a bad possession here, but somehow Malik Young gets free and goes ahead and throws it down to go ahead and push this lead back up to 5 again. And of course, they're going to stick to their bread and butter. They know it's got to be Wyatt Jeffries down low. Good defense there, however. Akeem able to get the block on the first attempt, and in the second attempt gets stuck at the rim and falls out. We head back out on the break. Jacobs straight down low to Jarrett, floater, and one. He goes to the line. Lead up by 8. It seems like in the early going, everything's just kind of going our way. Defensively, we're doing a great job, and Chase is getting his buckets, which is really not good news for Big Game. And again, we keep up the defensive pressure here. I'm able to go ahead and pick Albert Cox's pocket as he's trying to spin down low. I pass it up to Tyrese, who misses, but on the follow is Chase, who's able to put it in, and we go up by 10. Big Game at this point comes back a little bit here, lead down to 6. But then this happens. Chase got right past his man, drove straight to the basket, and absolutely threw it down on Wyatt Jeffries. I have never seen anyone dunk on Wyatt before. He's one of the best centers in the state. and he made it look easy just getting to the basket and attacking him. And it didn't stop. Chase kept going. That baseline drive there to go ahead and get his 12th point of the quarter. He hasn't even missed at this point yet. But Wyatt is still fighting down low, trying to make sure that everybody remembers who he is as well as he goes ahead and he gets a bucket. Then back up the floor the other way. I knew. Just give it to Chase and stay out of his way. Gets past everybody to the lane and then throws it down again, dunking on Wyatt Jeffries. Almost as if to say, if you thought the first one was a fluke, you're dead wrong. And then I found myself in a weird spot. I felt like I had to suddenly become a shooter and just allow Chase to kind of take over as the point. And that led me to a wide open three-pointer, and I was actually able to knock it down for once. So it's nice to see my jump shot going. Chase took a break for a minute here as we're up by 13 in the second. I'm able to get to the basket, behind the back crossover on my teammate Brandon Perez. And I scored. Feeling pretty good about myself right about now after seeing all of Chase's performance. We run a good play here, little give and go action. Give it to Tyrese. I come around the screen and then get to the basket. Easy layup there. We're up 16. JoJo Park, who's a part of that team, that Ross Prep team that Chase scored 57 against, trying to get his own points here. But defensively, we're just doing such a great job of closing out and denying Big Game of really much scoring opportunities. But then we start to get a little sloppy. I try to go a little showtime and throw a little lob here to my teammate Hakeem Burgess, and that ends up becoming easy points for them on the other end as Mills goes ahead and scores there. Then up by 15, I try to drive and didn't really see much success there as the defender was all over me, and then we just get into a situation where we have to throw up a three. Doesn't go, and then back the other way, they get in transition. Park comes up with the ball, drives, a little behind the back dribble. Albert Cox just goes behind his back to get around me, and then they go bring that deficit down to 13. And then another bad pass here the other way. Darnell Mills getting to the basket, smartly steps back as I try to step in front of him to come up with the block, and they bring that lead down to 11 now, going on an 8-0 run. Starting to feel like at any moment Chase is probably going to come back in this game and take over. Kalen Parsons, little fadeaway jumper, cuts that deficit down to single digits. And now I got to stop making mistakes here. I get to the basket, able to get past my man, a little hop step dribble, and then just float it right off the glass. They call a timeout, and suddenly Chase is back in the game. But I leave Brandon Perez wide open for three there in the corner. He drills that one, and I know immediately what I got to do. Just get the ball in Chase's hands and let him take over, and he does so right there immediately. Easy three for him. We're back up by double digits again. Big Game is still hanging around though. They're only down 11 compared to where they were much earlier than this. But I slack off on Perez, thinking that a double on Strawberry was the right move. He ends up getting a wide open shot and brings the lead back down to 9. Back on the other side, Jarrett in the wing decides to kick it out to Jacobs. It comes back to me. I decide I just got to take it myself. Pull-up jumper from just inside the free throw line, ends up hitting. And then Big Game comes back with one more shot. I decide to stay on Perez the entire way. This time double on Jeffries. Shot no good. We go into halftime with an 11-point lead, and Chase really looking like he still has a lot more to give in this game. The second half began after Chase pumped us up on the bench, and it got off to a really interesting start. A little pick and roll action here. Hakeem finds Malik Young wide open on the wing. He just wasn't able to knock down the shot, but it was a good look nonetheless. Then JoJo Park, who is a part of that Ross Prep team that Chase scored 57 on, ends up getting switched onto Jeffries, and still, despite being 5 inches shorter, Chase was able to go up and block that shot of Wyatt Jeffries, and then got it down court for Hakeem Burgess to knock down a 3. That was such an impressive defensive effort there by Chase, but on the other end, we didn't show a good effort. Kalen Parsons is able to get free and throw it down. But then Chase goes right back to work, little crossover to get free, and then throws it down again on Wyatt Jeffries, as if to even one-up Kalen Parsons there. It almost feels as if he's got a point to make, as if to say, Wyatt Jeffries may be the best in this state at his position, but he's no match for me. he has no chance. I'm on a different level. And he just continued to show that dominance. He had a dude right in front of him on the catch and shoot, and he didn't care. Still drained the three, didn't even matter. I tried to double team here on Wyatt Jeffries and leave Perez wide open. Thankfully, he didn't make the shot, and then we come back up the other way in transition. I try to go one-on-one on Perez here, get past him, and I'm thinking, yeah, I can get past Wyatt too. Nope. My shot gets sent. They come back up the other way. JoJo tries to get past, kicks it out to Perez, back inside the Jeffries to Kalen Parsons. He lays it up. It's good. And they bring that lead down to 18, but we're still up by quite a lot. I'm able to go pick and roll this time. Try to get inside, kick it back out. Young for three, despite the contact, still able to hit. And we keep that lead back, get that lead back up in the 20s. We're in the fourth quarter now. Game already feels out of hand, but we're still playing it until the final buzzer. Me and Chase are still out here. Chase goes spin move, and then just wildly throws it back to me. I was kind of confused by that. I thought he would have gone and just taken it himself. And then finally, it feels like he missed a shot, taking that baseline, that free throw line jumper, wasn't able to hit. Strawberry down low. Passing it to JoJo Park, he's able to score. And Chase just immediately calls timeout to kind of reset things. It was interesting that he made that call himself, though. Up by 17. Strawberry goes pick and roll. Able to get free, but good hand in the face there by Burgess. Out on the wing, there's Chase Jarrett. Nice behind the back pass, almost as the top my pass from the transition there. Able to get it into Hakeem Burgess as he slips it in. Just right over Strawberry's head and inside. Easy bucket. Up by 17. We go pick and roll. I kick it out to Chase. I just back up. I know. Just stay out of his way. Let him go baseline. Easy little baseline jumper. Kind roll goes in. We're back up again, and Chase is looking at 40 at this point. Chase, wing jumper. Too easy. You got to get a hand up at least if you want even a shot to see him even try to miss. Chase again, three-pointer. It didn't even matter if the people on the bench were yelling at him. It didn't stop him for 1 second. It was just stunning to look at. I was bewildered. I didn't know what else to say, what to do. It just seemed like give him the ball and let him do what he does best. Speaking of what guys do best, Wyatt, with me down low, I mean, that's an easy matchup for him. And at that point, he had 22 to Chase's 37, and Chase just looks like he still wants more. I try to cross over here to get past my guy. I can't. So we get it out to the wing to Chase. He goes ISO. They set a screen for him. And then Chase just not able to get past anyone. Shot clock winding down. He didn't care. Shot it right over both guys as if it was nothing. 39 points. Big Game has no clue what to do. They just call a timeout. Less than a minute to go. I get the pick and roll. Kick it out to Chase. Drives in. Left-hand layup on the finish there. 41 points in this game for Chase. He was absolutely insane. I'm able to finish here after a little hop step here, but not able to get it to fall. And then back the other way. We just play good defense. Albert Cox doesn't get a shot off. Not with this JoJo. And that ends it. 85-66. A much more dominant performance. And then Chase ended up having some words there for Wyatt Jeffries, who ends up complaining. I mean, I understand he was upset. It was a much closer game than last time. And I get it. Chase was just all over him in this game and absolutely showed him up. But man, what a takeover the game by him. 41 points, 6 boards, 17 of 25 from the field, 6 of 11 from 3. I mean, he showed you why he's one of the best guards in the nation. He really is the complete package. And even with someone as good and as skilled as Wyatt Jeffries, it just showed. It was a different game from me running the point the first time we played, and then him just running the entire show when we played this time. But now, we have the biggest challenge of all. One of the most talented teams in all of the Summer League that we're matching up against in the finals here.